Well, hello there, friends and family. Good to see you again. Now, I know it's been a few days since we talked last, and that's for multiple reasons. First of all, wasn't a whole lot to talk about. And second of all, a couple of things that happened around here that sort of knocked old steam out of Mr. Tom. Really didn't feel like putting out a video. But we'll get into more about that as we walk around the place. But, you know, I just don't do videos, just a video. You know, if I have something I want to show you or talk about, then we have video. And if I don't, well, just not going to make something up. And of course, I bet you'll never guess who's at my feet right now. Yep. Magoo, what you doing there, buddy? You with Papa? My little buddy. Okay, come on. Yep, it's video time. Yep, turn on the cuteness. So, as y'all know from the last time we talked, we had to get the rest of this little tomato plant I have right here all mulched up, and we did. We got her all done, didn't we, Magoo? And of course, Magoo helped. He used his little paws to help even out the mulch. So we got it all done. Now, since I had some weeds coming up there, I did go ahead on that part that I hadn't mulched yet, threw some cardboard on down, since I happen to have an abundance of it. And then went ahead and added another string to the tomatoes there, tie them up a little bit further, because we got we thought we had Magoo. Papa can't carry you and tote the camera and talk to the people. You're just gonna have to walk, okay? No, we just can't let you lay on Papa's feet. Come on. Well, as you can see, Magoo's not wanting to go. He's just wanting to lay on my feet. But you can see, Beefmaster's doing fine. It's quite apparent they're much taller and more vigorous than the Atkinson over here. Yep. Don't think it takes a rocket scientist to see that. Of course, the Beefmasters are hybrid, and the Atkinsons are an heirloom. But I do believe there's a couple tomatoes on these Atkinsons, and there's not on the Beefmasters. Let me see if I can get on down there. Let me see them right there. Show them to him, Magoo. I think you can see one there, not two. And so that's our first two tomatoes. Of course, the lettuce keeps coming on. We actually cut it some Wednesday night, had another salad, and it just keeps growing. So for now, we're gonna let it grow. And we've been constantly pulling radishes out. Bed's starting to get rather thinner. And of course, you can see all the flowering. And it won't be long now. I'll be pulling this out. Not sure what we're going to do there yet. Me and old Magoo here, we ain't decided yet, have we, Magoo? What are you thinking, Magoo? Catnip? Well, I'm not so sure about the catnip. Papa can't eat it. Of course, could make it into tea. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll grow you some catnip in a pot, okay? Okay, that'd be good. Yep. And for the most part, the elderberry has done finished up blossoming, and it just loaded up with elderberries. There's going to be a gazillion of them. Here again, not sure how many the birds will let me get. Because even at this green stage, they'll eat them. Come on, Magoo. So, we did get that tomato planting area finished up as far as the mulch. We ain't done much with the raised bed. We did gather up a bunch of seed from the radishes, and that still got a bunch more to go. I've got about one lunch bag full now. I'm thinking about when I'm done I'll have about 2 or 3 lunch bags full. But let me show you something. I went ahead and stuck 2 seeds in this little pot right here where I got my oregano. There's one right there. One of the radishes already sprouted. Now I only put 2 seeds, and I do that just to see if the seeds are even viable, because that's something for y'all to know. Just because a plant makes seed doesn't mean it's viable and it's going to sprout and grow. So before you put all your hopes into seed you're saving, always take some and see if it'll sprout. That's just a tip from Magoo. Now we do got the okra and beans all mulched on out, as you can see. And we did lay cardboard down underneath the grass and leaf clippings. Didn't we, Magoo? Yep. And of course Magoo approved it. Here, let's show them, Magoo, in case they don't believe Papa. See? Right up under there, huh? Yep. Magoo, I didn't break that off the cardboard so you could lay in it. I didn't. You a mess. You got little burrs all in your fur. Where you been today? I'll get your belly. I'll get your belly. Okay, I'll get your belly. Come on. Come on. You Papa's boy. You Papa's boy. You lay there all day. Let me rub your belly. And old Trixie, she don't much care for anybody bothering her belly. Nope, but you do. You a mess, Magoo. Come on. But anyway, like you can see, we put the cardboard down, then we put about 6 to 8 inches of grass and leaf clippings down. And we did the same over here on the Walking butternut, or at least one side. And then we ran out of leaf and grass clippings for now. We'll get the other side later, next time we mow. And you can see right there, got the cardboard. Now we did have a viewer on the last video ask that, you know, they mulch, but they don't put down cardboard, and didn't understand why I do. Well, I think I explained that in the video, but maybe not. That's just because some of the weeds here in Deep South, they're so aggressive. You can have 10, 12, 16 inches of grass and leaf clippings laid down, and some weeds will find their way up through it. Yes, they will. But if you put the cardboard down first, then put the grass and leaf clippings down, it's a done deal for this year. Right, Magoo? What do you say? Huh? You don't care as long as I rub your belly, right? No, I can't spend all day rubbing your belly. Come on. Come on, buddy. And the potatoes are doing what the potatoes did. We threw some more mulch around them. And we'll rake some more around. They continue to grow. Still got plenty of free tomato plants coming up in our worm box. Of course, we have plenty now, so those are just going to have to stay there. An old clothesline pole planting. Of course, that was finished the last video. We ain't done much to it. Of course, Friday was Fish Friday. And it got its 4-year feeding of fish. Sprayed down the beans, the green bell peppers, and the tomato. And we got our first blossom right in there. Yep. On that Bonnie green bell pepper. And I'm thinking we'll have more. Right, Magoo? But the beans are looking fine. Oh yeah. Looking real good. And so is our beef master over here. Still don't see a tomato yet. Thought I saw a couple of little ones. But there's plenty of blossoms. It'll come around time. What'd I tell you, Magoo? I love you too, but I can't tote you, tote the camera. No, I can't. Trust me. And it's been hot, humid. Oh. We were in the 90s Thursday and Friday. We're in the mid 80s now, but humidity is stifling. 100%. And as you can see, we got the rattlesnake pole beans all mulched down. And here again, these have cardboard under them. And when we put the mulch down, it was about 8 inches thick. Of course, we did get some rain showers last night. Wasn't a whole lot, about 30 minutes, sort of medium light rain. And it just amazes me how that rain will compact this mulch. It's now knocked down to about 4 inches. But with the cardboard, it'll be okay. And like I told you on Wednesday's video, it wouldn't be but a couple of days and we'd have beans going up the poles. You can see one there. You can see another one there. And one right there. And there's many more forming. So it'll just be a matter of time. And they'll all be running up the poles. Won't they, Magooster? Yep. We even threw some mulch on top of the cucumber bed. Like I told you, cover up that soaker hose, cut down on evaporation, retain soil moisture, and shade the soil. About 4 inches there. Now this is such a narrow bed, it's hard to get much more than that. But 4 inches will greatly help. As you can see, the old dinosaur cucumbers that I'm developing right here on Deep South Bama are doing fine. Now, the Pissandras are nearly twice as high, putting out their tendrils, climbing to the sky. Don't see any blossoms yet, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time. Now you will notice here on my starch table, where I pot everything up, pretty much everything's gone. And we'll go over and talk about that in a minute. Now, my Anaheim chili peppers that I planted in the egg carton, I don't think they're gonna make it. Been, what, 3 weeks now since I planted them. They haven't started to pop up, but plenty of grass has. Now, that doesn't mean the egg carton method was a bad way to do it. Just means the seeds were too old. Those Anaheim chili pepper seeds had to be 10 plus years old. And that was just too long. So we're going to lose them. We'll have to start over. Now the blackberry that I'm rooting, it's still hanging in there. And all those little volunteer tomatoes that we had in the fiber pots, we went ahead and upgraded them to these little 4-inch pots and this here 4 cell pack. And they're looking good. Only problem is, I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet. Got 10 tomato plants here. And off the top of my head, I don't have a clue where I'll put them. But we're thinking about it. I'll have to get with Magoo and Cleo and of course Elrod, and we'll have to confab on it. Right, Magoo? Magoo, what do you think? Where should we put them? He's not talking at the moment. So, we got some things done. And that's the part about life. Some of the things you're doing, and y'all only see a very snippet of it. Most of it's just boring everyday stuff. Like change the oil in the car. Do chores. You know, laundry. Oh, average everyday cooking. Dishwashing. Sweeping. Dusting. You know, those things. And then we have stuff we do outdoors. Then we have stuff, projects in the house. Now, I'm not sure anybody wanted to watch me rewire my bathroom light fixture. That, I might add, had a problem. Come loose out of the ceiling. But we overcame that on Friday. Now here we're at the blueberries. And every bush now I think has them ripening. That one's a nice one. Let me try it. I'll tell you about it. Oh yeah. Yep. Pretty tasty. Got some over here. There's 2 there. Another one right here. Here, y'all have this one. Tell me what you think. I'm going to take this one right here. Nice and sweet. Some more right there. Got another one coming on right there. And like I say, every bush now has them ripening up. Oh, this one's got quite a few. And the one thing about blueberries, once they start turning, you got to start picking them every day. Otherwise, you're going to lose them to the birds. Now this one down here is just flat loaded up with ripening berries. Not sure if y'all can see them all throughout there. Here, let me give you another one. Let me try this one. Yep, you can see them all. Now they don't all ripen at once. They'll ripen. Oh, at first it's just 1 or 2. Then it's 5 or 10. Then it's a couple dozen. Then it's a game on. Probably here in the next few days, we get a nice rain, it's going to be game on. But me and the birds, i.e. the mockingbirds, we're sort of fighting back and forth. Who gets the most blueberries? And I don't get too tore up about it. Not enough to put nets over them. I mean, I got 6 quarts still in the freezer. I figure even with the mockingbirds this year, I'll probably put up 4 to 6 more. Based on how loaded up these bushes are. That's enough for one little old man. Oh, you can see. Quite a change over here. On this south side garden bed, right? Of course, unless you watch the channel and watch previous walkabouts and talkabouts, you wouldn't know. This bed looked like a mess. All full of weeds, all full of dying daffodils that we were waiting to die off. So we cleared it all out. Well, Thursday, me and Cleo, which is right here now, we decided it was ready. So, got in here, pulled out all the dead daffodil tops and weeds, and then we went to start to pull the poles up, because I had a bunch of poles in here for netting, for trellising, what have you. And during the course of that, somehow Cleo got under my feet. I went to pull one up that was rather stubborn. When I jerked up, I stepped back, and apparently I stepped on her paw or something. And she yelped, I jumped, and I wound up falling on the tar and gravel driveway, which was probably about 120 degrees at the time. It was hot enough that tar was liquid enough to stick to my hand. And so I threw out my left arm to brace my fall. You know, just one of those reactions. And it did somewhat. Of course, my elbow sort of gave way. And I fell slap to the pavement and planted my chin right in it along with my left palm. And jammed up my left shoulder. That was all around 2 in the afternoon. So that pretty much finished that day up. And that also led to why we didn't put out a video on Friday. We were sort of laid up, weren't we, Cleo? And Cleo was so despondent. She just laid on Papa. As I sat on the porch and sat on my chair, she's so sorrowful. But it wasn't her fault. And I'm just glad I didn't hurt her. And, you know, I spent some quality time in the tub. And that. And, of course, Miss Trix, sitting on the bathroom rug mat, let me know her dissatisfaction. Why? Because she blamed Cleo. It wasn't Cleo's fault. But anyway, I went ahead and took the rest of the day off Thursday. Then Friday morning we come out here and finished cleaning this bed up. And what you're looking at now, and what I've been running my mouth, is the remainder of my okra starts that I had. That's that Clemson spineless okra. And we went ahead and put them in here. There's actually 6 plantings of them here. 4 of them have 2 plants, like right here. And right here, there's a double. There's a double. And then the other two are single plants. Now I've grown okra right here before in 2018. And I think I also did in 2019. And it did really fine. So we're hoping it will again this year, 2020. And now we went ahead and stuck in that volunteer tomato that we found up by the clothesline pole plant. The one that I'm thinking is going to be a Parks Whopper tomato. It's like I say, it was a hybrid. That tomato's been out ever since I was a boy. I'm thinking it may well come in true to type, but we'll see. Maybe we got something, maybe we got nothing. Well, that's all part of gardening. Some of it's experimenting and just having fun. And that's what this is about. We're going to see, you and I and the kitty crew, just what comes of it. And if it does well, produces well, has good disease tolerance, survives the heat, and all of that, well, we'll save seeds from it as well. And we'll just keep on developing it right here. And then we had to find some place to put our zucchini. So we stuck our one zucchini plant right here too. Now, this is where we had the yellow crookneck squash in 2018 that spread out all the way across the driveway and produced squash from June to when it died in the frost. Had way more squash than I ever wanted. And that was just one plant. So if all of y'all know, zucchini are extremely productive. So if this zucchini plant does half as well as that yellow crookneck did, old Mr. Tom will have all the zucchini he wants. And then lastly, down here by the old gas meter, we put in our last 4 remaining rattlesnake pole bean starts we had. Yep, I had some left over when I planted that area up on the northeast corner of the house. I thought, why not stick them in here? We can throw up 4 poles, let them grow out. But I've also got some starts going for the last 4 of my dinosaur cucumber seeds. And back in 2018, they grew right here on the right hand side of the gas meter. There's a little bit of area here. Ain't a foot long. And what we did, and what y'all can't see underneath this leaf mulch, is yep, we installed soaker hose. Sure did. It runs along the whole bed. One run up the back side, then around the tomato plant, squash plant, and around where the cucumbers will be. It makes a circle, because all of those need a little more water. And then coming down this front side is another run. So the beans, the okra, all that have a running soaker hose on either side. And you can see how nice and moist that ground is. Yep. And like I say, y'all, we've got for rainfall in the last 2 days or 3 days since I spoke to y'all. There's been nothing more than enough to settle the dust. And we even run it up here to Mrs. Carlisle's irises. Try to take care of them better. That's something we haven't done in the past, because this did have a soaker hose in it. When I was clearing it all out Thursday, finished it up Friday morning. That soaker hose has been in there for years. and pretty much well done degraded to the point where it wasn't going to hold water no more. So we put in this brand new 50-foot one. So that'll make watering easier. So the only thing I really got to hand water right now is the raised bed, the truck tire planters, and the 4 tomato plants down by the south side timber fence. Now when I decide what to plant in those truck tire planters, that may all change. I may take and put irrigation in down there. That way all I got to do is walk around, hook the hose up to it, check my cell phone, turn it on, leave it on for as long as I want. I just got to remember to turn it off. I could set my alarm on my cell phone, right? So y'all, that's what we've been up to. I know it don't look like much. Of course, with this tropical storm coming in, we had to put a lot of stuff up. We had to work on the shop roof, tighten up some of the roof panels and all that, get everything put away, just in case it were to come in and cause us an issue. Now, looking at weather radar this morning, doesn't look like it's going to cause us no issue. It's coming in, looks like the eye, I guess you can call it that. It's not a hurricane. Is looks like it's coming in right into New Orleans, and it's not too all well organized. I'm sure they're thankful for that. I'm sure the people of Louisiana are too. As far as over here, all we're seeing is overcast skies, partly cloudy. We do have some spotty showers. Now, time or two I've been in today. I've looked at the weather radar. Most of the rain is 85 miles south of me. So we're not even seeing any rain from it. Now it is pulling a lot of moisture up in a rotation, counterclockwise rotation from the Gulf. But most of that's dissipating on northeast Florida, Florida Panhandle, the Alabama Panhandle, and South Alabama Wiregrass area. It has yet to make it up this far. But that's the part about getting everything done to the point I needed to. I need to get everything fertilized, all the mulching finished, just in case it was going to rain. Get everything tied up in case there was wind. And if you're not going to do all that when it needs to be done, regardless of however long it takes, however poorly you feel, then you probably don't need to be gardening. And you darn sure don't ever need to be farming. So, yeah, I'm sore from the other day, falling. My hand's sore, my shoulder's sore, but that's what they made Tylenol for. And then we had a tragic event happen Friday, and y'all saw Cleo's kitties, or at least one of them, ran back underneath the Focus. Well, Friday afternoon about 2:30, she'd been coaxing them out from under the car, getting further and further out into the yard. And her and the 2 kitties were laying out by that hedgerow up at the end of the drive, in between it and the oak tree. Here, let me turn you around and show you. You can see the hedgerow right over there. You see the oak tree right here. So they were laying right smack dab in the middle on that grass. So I hadn't driven the Focus in almost 3 weeks again, and I was hot, I was sweaty, and I was tired. I thought, well, I was going to go in and sit in the house, cool down a bit. Why not? jump in focus, take her for a ride, burn off some more of that gas. So, went and got me some cold water, filled up my water bottle, jumped in focus and took off. And when I left, both kitties were there with Cleo and that, right over there, laying next beside her. And well, a little over an hour later, I returned. Now, I didn't get out of the car. I just drove through the countryside, through a bunch of back roads, here, there, and everywhere. And once I got out there doing that, I thought, darn, I should have brought the camera. But I didn't think about it. So when I got back, I came in right here on the street up above me by the cemetery, McKenzie. Turned here on Monroe, started down, and that's when I saw one of the kitties laying out here in front of the house, right at the edge of the road. And I slammed on the brakes, threw the car in park, got out, thinking maybe it was just laying there, because sometimes Cleo and Magoo and Elrod, they'll lay out in the highway. They'll lay out there, fall asleep. If I see them, I scream at them, shoo them back in. But as soon as I got close to the little kitty, I knew that wasn't the case. Yep, somebody had hit it, run over it, and her kitty was dead. Now I looked over in the yard, Cleo was still asleep with the other kitty right there. So I went ahead, picked up the kitty, set off side of the road, got back in the car, put it in the driveway. Came in, got some gloves, and then got a bag and got the kitty taken care of. But that just sort of made my heart feel bad, made it feel heavy. Cleo had been working so hard to coax those kitties out from under the car and get them 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot out in the yard. Because I tell her, go get your kitties, show them the pop. She'd run over to the car, be talking to them, and sure enough, in 20, 30 minutes, she'd be coaxing them out. Every time they got a little bit further out. About the closest they ever got to me was about 5 feet. And as soon as I would clear my throat or move, they'd run right back underneath the car. Now, so we're down to one kitty. Now, that's just the way of life. And Cleo, she knows the one's gone, because she spent a lot of time meowing, calling, crying, wanting her other kitty. And I spent time comforting her, holding her. I mean, she's never jumped up in my lap before. And here the last 2 days, Friday and Saturday, she jumped up in it several times, just curled up in a ball. And sort of making that little quiet meow. And if people don't think animals don't understand when they lose one of their basically children, right? Then they're wrong. I've known this. You know, I've had dogs, cats, goats, cattle, sheep. Oh, God. And they all knew when they lost one. And they all grieved. Some of you out there on the internet may not believe that. But that's only because you don't have pets or animals. She's definitely grieving. And I thought she was over it today, this being Sunday and that happening on Friday. Oh no. She still went a couple times over to the Focus, trying to call her other kitty. And she'll walk underneath the hedge and over the neighbor's yard calling. I always call her back. We sit a bit in the lawn chair. And I just tell her I'm sorry. But y'all, that's the way life is. If you have animals, if you have pets, and that, and the other one's even more skittish now than what it was. I can walk out of the house now. It runs underneath the car or truck. I can't say as I blame it. So that's everything we've been up to. Not a whole lot. Nothing earth-shaking. Nothing that's going to save the world. And that. Just everyday life here on the little old home place. But it's nice and sun shining right now. Of course, that ain't going to last because it's mostly cloudy. But right this second, talking to y'all, the sun's out. Now, y'all, wherever y'all are at, I do hope you're enjoying your Sunday with your family and friends and loved ones. Hope you're all safe and well and happy. And I hope y'all join me in praying for those that are in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast that are still probably going to see some problems from that tropical storm. I mean, it's got sustained winds up to 50 miles an hour. Don't seem like much, but that can cause a problem. It's supposed to have a storm surge of 35 feet, which can definitely cause a problem. Inland flooding. So let's all join together. When we bow our heads tonight and talk to our Father, we pray for all of them that are in the path of that storm. And as always, let's pray for all of those in our nation, our essential workers, and those who must work, our first responders. You know who I'm all talking about. And especially those within our community that has special needs and issues. And until I see you on the next video, that's all for now. I want y'all to take care, stay safe out there, and God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye for now. Tricks. What? What? What do you need? You got food? You got water? What do you need? Why do you give me such a problem when I come on in from working outside all day? You could come out and help Papa. Yes, you could. The kitty crew would let you. All you gotta do is be nice. Huh. It's basically all on you. You know Papa loves you. Huh. Yep. I love you lots. Well, it's not food time yet. We'll have dinner here in a minute. Okay? You hear me? Say something nice. Nope, you're not going to do it, are you? You just going to keep getting on me. Well, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and I'm tired. I'm going to sit down a bit, okay? What? We'll have dinner here in a bit. Okay. Say bye. Not gonna do it, are you? God, you're cantankerous. Don't growl at me. Later, all.